Hey guys, Saf here and I'm back in King Arthur's Legends Rise for another video on a very important topic that might go under the radar when you're playing this game. Thanks very much to King Arthur for sponsoring today's video. Now, one of the key aspects of hero progression in King Arthur is collecting more heroes to increase your chivalry levels. You can see right now, I've been fortunate enough to get 8 levels of Bedivere, and all of these power-ups give you incredible amounts of power to some of the characters, even to some extent redefining the way you would use them. You can see right now with Bedivere, for example, I'm getting all these extra bonus damage effects. It really turns them into like the most giga, very strong damage dealer in my teams. Now, typically all of the chivalry bonuses will kind of like have their big power up around about 8, but not always the case. And obviously, trying to get 8 copies of the same character can take a lot of time, but there are things you can do in King Arthur that absolutely can help speed you up if you've got one character, one specific hero that you really want to get full maxed out and you don't want to spend an awful lot of money. But this does require you to commit to a lot of content. So right now, what I'm doing is I am working towards getting a 4 chivalry bonus Ain. When I first did videos covering Ain, I was looking very much as her as a support. But since then, I've done a bit of research, watched a couple of other the content creator videos, and I've discovered actually that she becomes an absolute monster when you hit 4 chivalry. And the main reason why that's the case is because this Oath 2 converts Torrent of Mana to gain additional damage for your effect resistance stat. So when we're talking about Torrent of Mana, what we're talking about is this passive ability. When she uses skill 3, she will do bonus damage to all enemies. Now that's going to be doing it based on effect resistance, which means you can scale this quite aggressively. It's actually quite a lot of bonus stats. See, total additional per stat 2%. So it scales very aggressively. But not only that, this is where it gets interesting. If I get the 3rd tier and the 4th tier, then we activate Ancient God's passive, which basically activates at the start of battle rather than requiring to use skill 2. That gives you counterattack chance. And then on the 4th chivalry, the Torrent of Mana activates on any counterattack. So it basically turns into a crazy damage dealer. So obviously to do this, you need to get 4 copies of Ain. Now I've been able to get 1 so far, but I have a 2-star. You might be wondering, how are you doing this? Well, there are these memory stones, right? Memory stones are a secondary way to get duplicate versions for your characters for chivalry. Now, they're not very available. You probably don't have many in your account, but you can easily go and hunt these down from all the different events in the game. And that's really what I want to cover in today's video is where can you get them from and where you can kind of focus and push. So right now you can see I've got 6 here available. I used 20 already for Ain. I'm pushing to try and get Ain. I'm basically trying to force my way to getting a 4-star chivalry, to get a 4 chivalry Ain, because until I do that, actually you can't do the damage build that you really want on her. Now you can see when you do an upgrade for chivalry, you need 20 per tier. This is the same for all of them, right? So if you want to do a full one, you would need to have 200. Now where can you get them? Well, the first, most easiest and principal way to get them is adventure mode. And it starts kicking in around about chapter 5. You can see at chapter 5, you now start getting legendary memory stones as the final reward for completing them. Normally, when you're doing this, you'll get sort of halfway through, you'll finish all the collections, you'll find everything, and then there'll always be one challenge mode where you have to use rare and uncommon. So it's not difficult if you have some decent gear, but you do have to level up a bunch of commons, uncommons, and rares to be able to do this. But if you can, look, there's 5 available here, there's 10 available. I could get a 4-star Ain today if I just completed chapter 6, chapter 7, and chapter 8 alone. And it continues up into Dalriata and Caledion. There's a whole tier there. So if you're just trying to get one of your characters really push through, complete adventure mode straight away gives you tons of these. Now, that's only a one-time reward, so you want to make sure that if you do it this way, you spend it on a good character. But that's not the only place you can get them. There are multiple places you can acquire the memory stones. Obviously, you can get them from the money store if you want to buy them. That's obviously an option, but I'm really focused on what you can do in the game to get them. And in the money shop, there's actually a non-money shop called Special Shops, which some people might know exists, but I'd imagine some people like me, when I was playing, I didn't even know this was here. And if you basically do some of the event dungeons, they always put some memory stones on here. Look, you can see there's a 5 memory stones one-time purchase for 35,000. A lot of people will be drawn towards the legendary summon tickets, but you've got to remember these these legendary summon tickets don't guarantee you a legendary. And there's obviously some talismans. Raid up tickets are not a bad option as well if you're going for the exclusive current new hero that they've added to the game. But you can get 5 here. And also, in the Forbidden Dungeon, you can get some very, very quickly. You can see already I've been collecting these 3,000 coins. As long as you do Forbidden Dungeon every day, you can get some legendary Master Stones here as well. So those are 2 areas already you can, spend your time in the game to get some. Now, the other cool area as well is in the clan system. Since they have added Clan Wars, now there's another way for you to acquire the memory stones by using your war tokens, the coins that you get. You can see already, since it's come out, I've got 6 of them. I'll be able to get now another 3 more. So I basically, from just participating in the wars in a very limited way, I've been able to get near enough 10 memory stones so far, and it's going to reset probably in 1 month. So I pretty much got them all without even necessarily, being fully involved. I'm still learning the war system here. Now, those are the main easiest ways in content for you to be able to get these memory stones. There is another secret kind of place you can exchange for memory stones if you've got too many of them, and that is in this shards shop. So if you go into the summoning, the Lake Avalon, and you head into the shard shop here, you'll be able to see that they often put a weekly sale up for individual memory stones. So these aren't necessarily unique, they're not necessarily memory stones you can put on any character, but you can put them on the heroes that you absolutely want to get them for. Right now you can see Clarison is on sale. Now the only thing I would say is they're quite expensive. Like if you want to do this, I can probably exchange all of these that I don't need. I've got 1 Bedivere right now. If I exchange it, that's going to give me 1,000, and you kind of need like 5,000. So you're exchanging potentially 5 chivalry levels for 1. It really only helps once you've got like your legendaries up to chivalry 10, which is very difficult for the average player. But if you do exchange a bunch of your uncommons, like if you basically say select all of your uncommons and commons, it will add up as you're summoning on the normal summons and other things. You can absolutely get an extra chivalry here, give or take. Also, you can also do this for relics. If you happen to have a lot of relics that you don't need, like you say I got 50 of this relic, I don't really need all these. I could again select all these that I don't want and basically sell them. That gives me 1,000, and there is an option for you to basically exchange for this, but these are even more expensive, right? It's very, very expensive to get legendary relics. You might be able to get a few rare though if you're really looking for it. So that's the other place you can get the memory stones. And of course, the last place you can get memory stones is actually summoning a duplicate hero. I've got 15 to my next guaranteed legendary. So on the special summon, every 60 you get a guaranteed. That is obviously the main way to do it as well, outside of just those other areas. But the point of this video is effectively you can get yourself to key critical chivalry points. If you've got someone like Ain, you need a +4. You can get a +4 Ain by just effectively playing the adventure mode and doing the game, which is really, really good. We're going to summon the last few here. We're going to see if we can get an Ain to save me the grind. We're probably going to end up going full mercy for this. It's always the case. Whenever I do this, I'm a full mercy kind of player. Okay, here we go. 1 short of mercy. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be an Ain, or is it going to be something else? Oh, it's a Lot. Okay, cool. Lot's kind of cool for Arena. I haven't really spent a lot of time with Lot right now, but with the new Clan Wars, it's something I really want to take some time to look at. Lot is now in. We get a new Lot here. We might as well summon the last one. We were 1 short of the mercy. Oh, well, we hit mercy. Of course we did. So I'm pretty sure that's the first one. So what is this going to give us? Additional skill effect, 100% chance to grant each ally ignore resistance when inflicting effects on enemies for 1 turn. And that's for Vanguard leadership. So that will be his passive, which is going to be this one here at the start of battle. So he's going to basically give them the ability to ignore resistance. Pretty strong, I guess. I've not really got super deep right now into the arena high-end meta, but that seems to be pretty powerful if there's a lot of enemy stacking resistance. There's also the new summoning that's going on right now. I did try to get Nika. I ended up getting Iwerit, which I missed on the last summoning event. So hopefully we're about to get Nika, which I think is actually quite a strong turn system character, right? Gives you a lot of vigor. Okay, are we going to get her? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We have got Nika. Cool. That is adding to the collection. Again, though, with these characters, you do need to think about the chivalry. So just getting Nika doesn't necessarily mean we now have a really, really powerful character, but Nika is very, very good. Kind of a crazy vigor character, honestly. When I was reading her skill set, I was like, this is quite insane. You can see here we've got a passive. When she uses a skill, she has a chance to give everyone critical resistance increase and amplification. So just gives more vigor whenever she uses an ability on a 3-turn cooldown. We've also got this independent chance to grant each ally some healing whenever at the start of the battle. I don't really understand this because if you're fully healed, I don't really know where you're going to heal, but there you go. It's a bit of an interesting one, that one. But we get Pierce increase 1 and also Pierce increase 1 on the allies. But the key thing to note here is whenever you're doing these abilities, she's got a big heal AoE, and she also has attack increase 2 and attack speed 1 and hit accuracy 1. We have also attack increase 2 on the A2 with a big single target heal. And the key thing is her chivalry bonuses. She basically will give you this spirit art blessing. And when you get up to this bonus here, there's a 100% chance if you get 8 of them to grant spirit parade for the rest of the battle, which means that everyone gains 1 vigor per turn more. It basically gives vigor set to your entire team for the entire battle. Very powerful, very strong, very, very cool. But obviously you need 8 of them. So this is where the memory stones come in. But there you go, guys. That is the end of the video. Farm and complete adventure mode if you want to try and get some chivalry bonuses. Those legendary memory stones are quite available without having to necessarily spend a lot of money or go and summon tons of characters. It can get you to the break point. Like, I'm pretty confident I'll get my 4 chivalry Ain pretty easily by just completing the game content and progressing through that. Let me know in the comments below if you have found this helpful. Thanks again to King Arthur for sponsoring today's video. If you want to get involved, make sure you click on the link in the description, the pinned comment. You can download the game. You can join me and Ash in our clan if you want to, in the Ash holes. You can join us in the clan here. We often make space for those who obviously stop playing or just want to, so you can always join and play. There's only 25 limited members, so we try to make space. But if you want to get involved, click on the link in the description below, and I will catch you guys in the next video.